it. The time has come. Vegeta. Yeah, you ready? It's midnight. You got what's his name on? What do you mean what's going on? It started. Yeah, that's weird. Would you switch characters? Yeah, I'm about to do that. I think something's wrong with the servers because even the app is acting up. Oh shit, Mylan got to put up a video about Roll. You watched it? Join back up on me.
Greatest warriors of the Clips lay dead. They formed a bloody trail through the Leviathan. Only Rull had lived to see the throne room. Callus calmly sipped his wine and considered Rull from the height of his golden seat. "Are you hungry?" Rull stared dumbfounded, bleeding and exhausted. He didn't know what to make of a creature that could casually offer sustenance and slaughter in equal measure. "I offer you a warrior's paradise, Rull of the Clips. Join me and be counted among the lucky few that might see the end of this world." What could Rull do but accept? Welcome back, Guardians. Today we are starting the series about the Shadows. He didn't know what to make of a creature that could casually offer sustenance. Of the Clips lay dead. They formed a bloody trail through the Leviathan. Only Rull had lived to see the throne room. Callus calmly sipped his wine and considered Rull from the height of his golden seat. "Are you hungry?" Rull stared dumbfounded, bleeding and exhausted. He didn't know what to make of a creature that could casually offer sustenance and slaughter in equal measure. I offer you a warrior's paradise, Rull of the Cliffs. Join me and be counted among the lucky few that might see the end of this world. What could Rull do but accept? Welcome back, Guardians. Today we are starting the series about the Shadows of Calus. The Shadows of Calus are different species that Calus recruited into his empire in order to enact his revenge on the Cabal who betrayed him, which includes Dominus Ghaul. The normal Leviathan raid armor for the Titan tells the story of Rull, Gun of Kugger Clips. The artwork for this video was made possible with your support on Patreon, and I know Brandon spent over a week on the opening image, so I hope you enjoy it. It is available for download over on Patreon. As usual, I'll be streaming on Twitch when this video goes live. This is Myelin Games, and I hope you enjoyed this latest Destiny 2 lore episode. Firstly, before telling the story of Rull, I want to make it clear that we do not know what Rull or his species, the Clips, look like. All we have are the written descriptions in the Titan raid armor to interpret his appearance. So as we work our way through the lore, I'll let you know which pieces of lore we use to create this character. The really neat thing about this lore is if you have the full Titan raid armor set, the order of Rull's story goes from head to toe, i.e. the mask of Rull is the first...
What you said? Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a bad idea. I'm getting, oh god. Oh, this fucking hunter has none of my weapons. It's like I gotta get into this shit. Yeah, they was taking it. I killed one, but one got me. This is a warm-up for me. I don't even have no fucking guns. I like them. I can't do the Nightshade I used to in the beta. That shit is unbelievable, man. What the fuck? This nigga has no guns on him. Going for C. Really? Okay. Like shit. This nigga camping over there with a shotgun. I think he got killed. Jump that nigga. Play like shit. Look at that. That's how you know. And my jewels drippy.
First entry, and the Shadow's Mark is the last entry. This is a really welcomed addition to in-game lore, as players can collect the Raid armor set and discover the story of Rull. Well, you can try and collect the full set. So starting with the helmet armor, Mask of Rull. The Mask of Rull reveals that the Eclipse homeworld has been poisoned by an event known as a cataclysm. This event involved interstellar gamma radiation, which poisoned the atmosphere and also destroyed the technology of the Clips. Consequently, surviving Clips resorted to living in caves. The radiation that destroyed their planet also appeared to act as a beacon for an invasion by an alien force. It seems that this event, the Cataclysm, was caused by the invading alien force to weaken the Clips' defenses. However, at this point in time, I'm not sure if this alien force was Callus's empire, or if Callus came after this alien force had already attacked the Clips. I think you could interpret it both ways. Have a listen. As the surviving Clips clawed back to subsistence cave farming, they met a new horror. The radiation had burnt a mysterious signal into the comets and asteroids of their system, and as this debris rained down on their world, it seeded hideous alien life. Millennia later, they had become a civilization that knew only war, a culture that revered the gun, batteries of planetary defense weapons holding back an endless poison skyfall. The moon Kugga Clips bristled with interceptors ready to fend off any threat. They were no match for the Leviathan. I get the impression that some alien life invaded R'hll's homeworld, which started with this interstellar gamma radiation, which not only poisoned their atmosphere but stripped the Clips of their technology. The war lasted a millennia, and then Callus invaded the weakened planet. The flavor text of the Mask of R'hll also suggests that Callus came after. It reads, "My planet was dead. The sky poisoned by war with an extrasolar enemy in a war that continued to rage. Then Callus came. R'hll, Gun of Kugga Clips." In addition, the Gauntlets of R'hll and the Shadow's Mark talks about how Callus wanted to end the war and heal the air of the Clips planet, which suits the theme that Callus goes to these different species and offers them different rewards and bribes in order for joining his army. The Gauntlets of R'hll reads, "Callus had won, but he took nothing from us. Instead, he gave us everything we needed to end our perpetual war. R'hll, Gun of Kugga Clips." The Shadow's Mark reads, "Callus could not heal our air. My planet is still dying, but as long as I serve, I have hope. R'hll, Gun of Kugga Clips." So whilst I do think the Clips were invaded by different species, and then Callus came with the Leviathan promising to heal their planet, I also think you could argue that the initial attack was just Callus's forces, essentially clearing a path for their Emperor, and then eventually Callus showed up, a millennia later. This could make sense because Callus cripples the planet, only then to offer to fix it if the Clips joins his empire. On a side note, many of the aspects for R'hll's character creation came from this item. We made a very general assumption that R'hll's Guardian armor may represent what he actually looks like, specifically the Mask of R'hll. So we took this idea of R'hll having a snout and these flared head wings as a starting point. Secondly, this idea that the Clips were stripped of their technology and also forced into cave dwelling due to the poisoned atmosphere created images of underground creatures with claws and reliance on other senses, not just vision. So the snout suited this theme, as did the extra receptors that Brandon added
Savage
to the
God, what's up, bro?
Let's now move on to the Gauntlets of R'hll. This lore item continues with the arrival of Callus's Leviathan. As you heard in the Mask of R'hll, the Clips has a moon called Kugga Clips, which seem to station their planetary defences. R'hll's full title is R'hll, Gun of Kugga Clips. So I assume R'hll was stationed on the moon of Clips when Callus showed up in his
Leviathan. I'm just playing bad.
And R'hll entered the Leviathan to fend off Callus. With that knowledge, have a listen to the item. The greatest warriors of the Clips lay dead. They formed a bloody trail through the Leviathan. Only R'hll had lived to see the throne room. Callus calmly sipped his wine and considered R'hll from the height of his golden seat. "Are you hungry?" R'hll stared dumbfounded, bleeding and exhausted. He didn't know what to make of a creature that would casually offer sustenance and slaughter in equal measure. "I offer you a warrior's paradise, R'hll of the Clips. Join me and be counted among the lucky few that might see the end of this world." What could R'hll do?
Yeah, I mean, it's still like...
So, out of all of the warriors that boarded the Leviathan, only R'hll made it to the throne room. In the throne room, Callus offers Rull to join his empire and be among the lucky few to witness the Clip's homeworld be destroyed. There are a couple of really interesting points to this scene. Firstly, you will have noticed that Rull never challenges Callus like we did. He never defeated Callus in the throne room, revealing the robot Callus. I don't know if this will have any significance later in the lore, but it is important to note that Guardians are quite unique with destroying Robot Callus aboard the Leviathan. It is not until we destroy Robot Callus that we are actually offered a true meeting with Callus. The other interesting part of this card is that Rull wants a warrior's paradise, which is very Viking-esque, but also makes sense considering the Clips endured a millennia of war. A civilization that only knew war, so it makes sense that their culture revolves around a warrior's paradise and honour in dying on the battlefield. Moving along to the chassis of Rull. This continues on from the Gauntlets, and it appears that Rull has agreed to join Callus's empire and is sent on an assassination mission to the Cabal homeworld. Rull infiltrates the Cabal homeworld during a celebration, allowing him to blend with other merchants on the planet. Have a listen. Rull gathered his cloak around him tightly as he pushed his way through the teeming marketplace. All around him, Cabal stumbled and pushed their way towards the celebration. No one seemed to question his identity as a foreign merchant, but his heart still raced. Rull thought about the mission that Emperor Callus had given him. "I'm sending you to the Cabal homeworld, Rull. There's a celebration, and you are to be a bearer of my gifts, the finest wines and spirits the universe has to offer." Rull was disappointed. He wanted to bring down great beasts, not assassinate old Cabal aristocrats. "Oh Rull, don't fret. I promised you a warrior's paradise and you shall have it. The gifts will buy you access to some of my former friends. I haven't spoken to them in some time, and well, I'd like them to know I haven't forgotten." The most interesting aspect about this lore item is that the Cabal homeworld has many different species that are allowed to access the world for trading. This is something we have never known before. However, it appears that the Cabal trade with other species and have a marketplace filled with foreign merchants. Moving on to the Greaves of Rull. The Greaves continue with the assassination story on the Cabal homeworld as Rull locates his target. Rull even interacts with Cabal guards, which once again demonstrates the Cabal are used to interacting with different species. The item reads, "He arrived at the estate of Iskall, former friend and confidant of the exiled Emperor Callus. It took surprisingly little to convince the guards to grant him entrance. The Cabal must truly be crazy for the wine he offered up as a gift. It was a day of celebration, after all. Who knows how deep into their cups these guards were?" Once inside, he spotted his mark. Rull wasted no time. He removed the sheath from the end of his staff to reveal a spear tip. Iskall fell backwards and attempted to crawl away as his guards were skewered. Rull grabbed a cask of wine and pounced on the terrified old creature, pouring the wine down his throat. Iskall choked and sputtered and flailed helplessly. Rull delivered his message as promised. "Emperor Callus has not forgotten you." Rull didn't stop pouring until he felt Iskall go limp. Rull was covered in the sticky black and violet of Cabal blood and wine. He dropped Iskall's body to the floor with a soft thud. Just then, Molly, the celebrant, entered the courtyard. When Rull realised that his second target had carelessly walked alone into a secluded space in the midst of a massive celebration on the Cabal homeworld, he thought, perhaps this is the warrior's paradise the Emperor Callus promised. The implication of this lore item is that this old Cabal aristocrat, Iskall, was somehow involved with Callus's exile. We don't know the extent to which Iskall helped Dominus Ghaul seize power. However, Callus has not forgotten about the betrayal and consequently sent Rull to assassinate Iskall in a prolonged and horrific method. Let's now move on to the final item, Shadow's Mark. This continues on from Raul
there,
just assassinating Iskall and his next assassination target stumbling into the same room by accident. This Cabal is called Molly the Celebrant, and the Shadow's mark reveals that the celebration on the Cabal homeworld is related to Gaul. They could be celebrating the day that Gaul exiled Callus, however it is not confirmed. Have a listen. Raul activated his staff's secondary configuration and fired a harpoon into Molly's exposed flank. The barbs pierced deep, and the giant beast of a Cabal let out a monstrous howl. Blind with pain, he began to run, dragging Raul behind like a harpooned whale dragging a ship. The honoured celebrant Molly ran through the streets of the Cabal homeworld on Celebration Day, howling in agony and dragging Raul behind. It was such a spectacle that no one was sure what exactly was happening or what to do about it. Molly ran all the way to Dominus Gaul's ceremony and right up the steps before collapsing at his lord's feet. Raul realised that now he faced a choice: try to escape or finish the job. Raul yanked out the harpoon before shoving it through Molly's neck. He had just enough time to pull off his helmet and smile in Gaul's face before he was killed. Truly, Emperor Callus had delivered a warrior's paradise. Wow. Raul assassinates both of his targets before smiling as Gaul kills him. For me, this scene really helped establish and visualize how big Raul is, because in the scene Raul is dragged through the streets by this Cabal. So we have assumed that Raul must be smaller than a Cabal, hence why he is drawn with a lighter frame. This also suits his assassination style with pouncing on guards and the use of a spear. This item also described how Raul's staff had a secondary mechanism. Essentially, it was concealing a harpoon that could be fired. Lastly, the name of the item, Shadow's Mark, suggests that Raul became a shadow of Callus when he joined the Empire, which from his lore seems to suggest that the shadows of Callus track down the enemies of Callus and assassinate them. That concludes the story of Raul, Gunn of Kaga Clips, who became a shadow of Callus. If you'd like to support the channel, leave the word Raul in the comments, and a like would be greatly appreciated. As usual, it has been a pleasure. This is Marlon Game.
Oh shit! So
Raul grabbed a cask of wine and pounced on the terrified old creature,
Raul was
pouring the
killed by
wine down his throat.
Gaul?
Iskall choked and sputtered and flailed helplessly. Raul delivered his message as promised. Emperor Callus has not forgotten you. Raul didn't stop pouring until he felt Iskall go limp. Raul was covered in the sticky black and violet of Cabal blood and wine. He dropped Iskall's body to the floor with a soft thud. Just then, Molly, the celebrant, entered the courtyard. When Raul realised that his second target had carelessly walked alone into a secluded space in the midst of a massive celebration on the Cabal homeworld, he thought, perhaps this is the warrior's paradise the Emperor Callus promised. The implication of this lore item is that this old Cabal aristocrat, Iskall, was somehow involved with Callus's exile. We don't know the extent to which Iskall helped Dominus Gaul seize power, however Callus has not forgotten about the betrayal, and consequently sent Raul to assassinate Iskall in a prolonged and horrific method. Let's now move on to the final item, Shadow's Mark. This continues on from Raul just assassinating Iskall and his next assassination target stumbling into the same room by accident. This Cabal is called Molly the Celebrant, and the Shadow's Mark reveals that the celebration on the Cabal homeworld is related to Gaul. They could be celebrating the day that Gaul exiled Callus, however it is not confirmed. Have a listen. Raul activated his staff's secondary configuration and fired a harpoon into Molly's exposed flank. The barbs pierced deep, and the giant beast of a Cabal let out a monstrous howl. Blind with pain, he began to run, dragging Raul behind like a harpooned whale dragging a ship. The honoured celebrant Molly ran through the streets of the Cabal homeworld on Celebration Day, howling in agony and dragging Raul behind. It was such a spectacle that no one was sure what exactly was happening or what to do about it. Molly ran all the way to Dominus Gold's ceremony and right up the steps before collapsing at his lord's feet. Rull realised that now he faced a choice: try to escape or finish the job. Rull yanked out the harpoon before shoving it through Molly's neck. He had just enough time to pull off his helmet and smile in Gold's face before he was killed. Truly, Emperor Callus had delivered a warrior's paradise. Wow. Rull assassinates both of his targets before smiling as Gaul kills him. For me, this scene really helped establish and visualize how big Rull is, because in the scene Rull is dragged through the streets by this cabal. So we have assumed that Rull must be smaller than a cabal, hence why he is drawn with a lighter frame. This also suits his assassination style with pouncing on guards and the use of a spear. This item also described how Rull's staff had a secondary mechanism. Essentially, it was concealing a harpoon that could be fired. Lastly, the name of the item, Shadow's Mark, suggests that Rull became a shadow of Callus when he joined the Empire, which from his lore seems to suggest that the shadows of Callus track down the enemies of Callus and assassinate them. That concludes the story of Rull, Gunn of Kagha Clips, who became a shadow of Callus. If you'd like to support the channel, leave the word Rull in the comments, and a like would be greatly appreciated. As usual, it has been a pleasure. This is Marlin Games. Peace.
I did not fucking press the jump button. Okay. Cap Crunch. I've done the raid 8 times now. Total, or today you did the raid 8 times? Despacito. Despacito. You hear me? B, I wasn't trying. Oh, looks like I got an error message. I got taken out of the game. Despacito. I need to do a nightfall on my hunter. Wow, it's November 3rd. The fuck is that? Oh my god. Despacito. bitches on the despacito. That Despacito song. Nah, man, this is some new shit. Some shit that came out like a few months ago. Despacito. When Despacito. Judgment. What kind of gun is this? Despacito. Oh, it's a trials gun. Judgment. I got the trials hand cannon. Me neither. Obviously. Obviously, people in my clan been playing trials. Thanks for the free 300 hand cannon. Appreciate it. Blah 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 Despacito. Blah 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 blah. What you don't get, bruh? What you don't get, bruh? Oh no, hell no. Hello there, Cinderella. You asked if they picked you. That one day your Prince Charming will come rescue you. You like romantic movies and never will forget the way you felt when Romeo kissed Juliet. And all that I've been waiting. You don't have to hurt no more. I can love you like that. I can make you my world. Heaven and earth, if you are my girl, my nigga. I can give you my heart. Be all that you need. Show you your everything. It's precious to me. If you give me a chance, I can love you like I can love you like that. You want tenderness, I've got tenderness. What's up? Shit. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about that, bro. I don't even trip. It came today? can love you. I can love you. I have no auto rifle on this nigga. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no. Nightfall. Whenever darkness comes in, you know the spirit of love starts to come alive. Best Lauren Dust. Damn, that nigga Mylan throwing shots. Best lore in Destiny. Nigga said roll. Two. I got a Nessus and Nightfall. Let me take my ass to Nessus. Origin story name was Midnight. Midnight Coup. Bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam. Guess you wondered where I've been, nephew. Is that you, nephew? No, you can't. The Warlock only have one chest armor? Exotic? It can't be. Can't be. No. No. Hey, quick question. AJ, does how much chest armors does the Warlock have? It's Wings of the Sacred Dawn, and what else? I never got that. Hell no. Why, hell no. I ain't got that shit. I ain't got this shit, son. So much goddamn grenade launchers. Shit. Inaugural address. You did all your nightfalls? That's what it's come to, huh? You've never done a prestige nightfall? Damn. Well, we can knock this one out. This one ain't hard, man. I don't know where the fuck G-Don go. We can knock this one out, bruh. Knock this shit out, bruh. For real, bruh. Fuck that risk runner. God. It's trash. The gun is trash. The gun is so trash. Ooh. Nah, my baby look better with this shit on. Touche. But nah. No. That's the one. I'm just callous. She got an origin story. Let me see how this origin story measure up to the auto rifle. Yeah, that shit has more stability, range, and impact than the Ghost Primus. Yeah. Origin story for the win, bro. Who sent me an invite? What do they want? Trials attempts? Nope. I'm good on that. Nessus. Just got a few more public events. Sure. Oh, I'm going flawless this weekend. Well, what up, nephew? What we eating, bro? We eating good today? What you eat? What you ate?
Spanish food.
So I'm alone. You ate when?
I came home from work.
What's popping outside? That's where you about to go?
I go to Jamari's house first.
His mom still be cooking on the weekends?
Yeah, she's supposed to be getting some food for me. I don't think she did it.
Alright, well, I don't know. I guess I'll try to figure some shit out. Yep. Come on, baby. I need arms, man. But they can't give me no arms. Arms, baby. Arms. I need to go ahead and do a raid so I could get some keys and my Titan go in. Oh, but them fucking what's his name's gonna be dropping at 304. That's the fuck shit. I get exotics, them bitches drop at $2.99. Shit, they're crazy, man. Oh shit. You know what I gotta do? Yeah. Damn. Just like that, dog. Well, fuck you. About to fuck up some Spanish food. Birds are the tweetiest, kids are the greediest, cars are the speediest, bitches are the neediest. Everywhere I go. Thoughts are the snootiest, farts are the poobiest. Everywhere I go. It's me, Face. Ba, ba, ba. It's me, Face.
I got my shield in front. Got grenades or
Move.
get out, move.
Off.
Okay, shield. Betty.
Got a shield. Okay.
I'm completely
Move,
Move.
Knock it off!
Oh, jump forward.
Okay, guys. Damage
Final
the shield.
damage.
Yeah!
Oh
Finally! Holy crap! Yo,
That
that
was
too
great.
tired.
Yeah,
Literally like
yeah.
5 hours.
Hey, I can go talk to that
crap.
thing now.
It's
Can
sad.
we do the throne room? Or can we not do, I mean, can we go do, I'm gonna go do the chest. If anybody wants to come with me.
I'm gonna grab
I've
this
got
and I
to,
gotta go
because
to
I gotta
podcast.
get my... Yeah, I've
I
gotta
gotta
get
get
my...
my-
Fresh
man,
trade and
nice.
bring anybody that wants to get their keys.
Oh my god.
Does anybody want to get their keys? I can bring them through.
Yeah, I'll have to get my
Anybody
keys,
that
please.
wants to
Sure.
get their
Okay,
I'll bring them through on a fresh trade. Get from the very
Oh
start.
my god. Oh my god.
Does anybody want to get their
It's
keys?
so
I can bring
weird.
them through.
Wait.
Yeah, I'll have to get my
Anybody
keys,
that
please.
wants,
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll
ready.
bring them
Log.
through on
You
a
just,
fresh
I'll
trade.
host in.
rewards,
Hold on, can I just have everyone's attention? Can I have everyone's attention, please?
Yeah, I'll have to get my keys, please.
Sure.
Yeah, ready. Log. You just, I'll host in.
rewards, guys.
Hold on, can I just have everyone's attention? Can I? Oh, sorry. Okay, I had a double loop then. Okay, thank you, Rage Quit, Viper, Super Blue, Dawn Rabbit, and Julie. Oh my god, what a fucking raid! That was ridiculously just. So many things went wrong, but thank you guys for sticking through.
Yeah.
Thank you for sticking in chat, guys. We're going to head over to Destiny on our podcast. I'm going to try to put sentences together in a podcast format. I'm going to host in right now. Stick around if you want to listen in. Oh, he's actually not ready yet. Hold on, we're going to wait. Guys, GG's.
Oh, I got the Warlock bond!
Woo!
Thanks, man.
GG. Now,
That was fun.
I'm wondering on the all alone as a god, like, is the triple tap or ambition assassin better? Wondering on the all alone
Triple
tap probably, even though it goes near.
I mean,
Nice.
ambition assassin
Ambition
overflows the magazine
assassin.
based on the number of breath. Wondering on the all alone
Triple tap probably, even though it goes near.
I mean,
Nice.
ambition assassin overflows.
I'm gonna host in Ace. I'm gonna show you. They're not live yet. Guys, I'll see you in there. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back on Sunday night.
Alright,
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Legend of Accurate.
You're welcome, Milo.
Thank
Hey,
you
Milo,
for the run.
what did you get out of the loot?
Nothing. I got another cloak. I've had like 7 cloaks.
Darn it, that sucked.
Yeah,
You know what,
dude, I've got
when
so
you-
many cloaks. It's ridiculous. Okay,
I
I'm
would
out.
have loved the arms, but I got the sniper
I did.
rifle. The one thing I wanted.
Oh, that's what just happened? My world. Started doing the dishes. Anything she wants, some kisses. Hope you creeps got receipts. My peeps stay rolling like cleats. Run up in your crib, wrap you in your polo sheets. 6 up in your wig piece, nigga deceased. Mwah, may you rest in peace. Six up in your wig piece, nigga deceased. Mwah, may you rest in peace with my sycamore style. More sicker than yours, 4 4s and 54 troops. That's my pilot. Stairs my lair, yes my dear. Shit's official. Only the feds I wear is a tissue. Stop your blood clot crying. The kid's the dog, everybody lying. Everybody dying, no lying. Hell no. You said it's no agenda for what? That's a fact. Super facts. Nah. I always have it on, but I don't, maybe I just don't notice. I don't know if it's just me, bro.
Goddess warriors of the cliffs lay dead. They formed a bloody trail through the Leviathan. Only Rull had lived to see the throne room. Callus calmly sipped his wine and considered Rull from the height of his golden seat. "Are you hungry?" Rull stared dumbfounded, bleeding and exhausted. He didn't know what to make of a creature that could casually offer sustenance and slaughter in equal measure.
G'day and welcome to this week's episode, the 49th in fact, of the Destiny Down Under podcast. As always, I am joined by Mylan to the left of me and Slothy down below. I've made that a bit sexy, haven't I? Yeah.
Hello.
This week we are joined by Bell Bunny, none other than Bell Bunny. How are you?
I'm good. I didn't know we were live.
Yeah, we're
So I'm
live.
sitting over here talking about drunk newts.
Yeah,
and then you start a podcast. I'm like, hi guys.
No, well, that's just how we do it. We just jump straight in, get straight down to business.
Nobody
and,
told me these rules.
Yeah, we don't have rules.
We don't do countdowns.
Yeah, we don't do rules.
Fair enough.
Hey, guess what? This is what's happening. I had a countdown. I had the song. I just jumped at the end of it. So first things first. How is everyone? Everyone good?
I am hungover.
Go on, Sloth.
Sloth has.
You're hungover, Sloth.
Yeah.
I am.
Were you
hungover.
streaming last night?
I was playing. What's it called? Until Dawn last night, and laughing at the horrible fucking writing.
Is it really bad?
It's pretty bad. It's like the original Friday the 13th.
What's Until Dawn again?
That's one of those.
It's on your PlayStation. Download it and play it.
It's on my play, is it?
Yes, I got it off your PlayStation.
No, you didn't. How?
Yeah, I did. Oh my god, Matt, what have you been up to? Thank you for.
I barely escaped a 5-hour raid through no fault of anyone in the team apart from Microphone X. Okay, this is what happened. Okay, I need to vent and then we can move on. Okay, I need to vent and we can move on.
That's exactly why I brought it up.
We did every encounter first time except for Callus, which took us 3 times. So you would expect that you would get to that raid pretty quick, right? Everyone had pretty much done it. I didn't have to explain too many mechanics. It took us 5 hours. The reason why it took 5 hours is we were probably goofing around with microphones for 2 hours. Literally, like, we'll go into party chat. Hello, can you hear me? Marlon, can you hear me? And then, like, it'd be like this. I couldn't hear Bell. Bell couldn't hear Sloth. Sloth couldn't hear Log.
Oh, dude.
What? And then I literally just turned off my. I was like mid conversation. I just turned off my Xbox. We got back in. I resetted everything. Everyone reset. Party chat didn't work. Discord servers were down.
Oh.
We couldn't even go into Discord, and I am just infuriated because I don't know. I was like, I don't know what to do. Discord's not there. My party chat's not working. And game chat was worse. Nobody could hear anyone.
Does game chat still exist? I haven't used it since about 2014.
We got through, to be honest. We actually, I'm very surprised we actually got through just with how many. And then on Catalyst, we took his shields down and we got wiped twice on the very final phase.
Rude.
But we got there. Anyway, that's it. I'm done.
You're right. You've had your vent.
See you guys.
Belle, how are you? How are you? What have you been up to?
Better than that, that's for sure.
Yeah, you set the benchmark pretty low there, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like, my life's okay, and I'm like, my life's pretty dang good right now.
Yeah, you set the benchmark pretty low there, Matt.
No,
Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm good. I'm excited to be on here. I'm like, my life's okay.
having my
and I'm like, my life's
translator
pretty